Court of Illinois. No, I'm not in the Supreme Court of Illinois back here. I'm in my dining room in my house. We've all learned a lot about how to, virtual backgrounds and all of that in a short amount of time. But in fact, this is an official hearing of the Illinois Supreme Court, and so I welcome you. I wish we could all be together. I'm seeing your faces come up on the screen, and I know it's always a really exciting day for people to take this oath. Unfortunately, we can't be together. When we're together, I like to ask people what brought them to this moment, why you decided to take this oath today, but we'll do our best today to mark this moment in your career. It's been a little over a year since the Illinois courts were shut down. The Illinois Supreme Court signed an order March 17th of last year shutting down all of our courts. And very quickly, it became clear that you can't stop justice. You can't shut down the justice system. Right from the beginning, we realized that victims of domestic violence needed protection. People with psychotic breaks needed to be involuntarily hospitalized. We had to find a way quickly to figure out how in this new environment to conduct the business of the courts. And then we found Zoom about 2 weeks later and have been living there ever since. Could I ask for a show of hands? Have any of you participated in a Zoom hearing in a courtroom? Yeah, a lot. Okay. It's the way the courts are working right now, all over the country. This is not just in Illinois. All over the country, courts are handling things this way. And I think we have to think about what it means for the future as we hope the pandemic is winding down. What does it mean? Will we continue to use this kind of technology? And I think we will in some settings. So, for example, in pre-COVID days, all of you would have had to come to Chicago, downtown Chicago, pay to park, come to my office on the 20th floor downtown. And while it would be wonderful to be together, on the other hand, right now you don't have to do that. We can be together in this other environment, and I think in the future we'll be thinking about ways in which this kind of platform can work for us to actually ensure that our court system works well. One of the ideas that I've heard people talk about a lot in this new world, as we think deeply about what it means to be a lawyer, what it means for the administration of justice, I think about that courts are not places, it's a service. And I think it's something that we need to think about deeply as to what we do as lawyers. It's not tied to place, it's tied to service. It's tied to the people who need our services. It's a new, kind of a different way of looking at the practice of law and the administration of justice. So today, all of you are going to raise your hands and take an oath. Most of you have taken this same oath another time and maybe in another state. But today you've chosen to join us here in Illinois, although one of our friends here is going to be able to swear into the courts of Massachusetts. But I suggest that as you think about this, you consider why you're here. Why did you want to be a lawyer? What's set you on this journey? You don't have to answer. This is not a quiz. But and I say that because this is an official session of the court. And you didn't just sign a bunch of papers and register. You're actually going to raise your hand, say very, very powerful words. And as lawyers, words matter. Promises matter. Oaths matter. So as you're about to take this oath, I ask you to consider what brought you here, maybe what you've learned since the first time you took this oath, what it means to be a lawyer, and where you are now in your journey. It seems that there are a couple basic ideas that we talk about in terms of professionalism. One certainly is competency. For the younger lawyers who are not that far out of law school in the bar, they're very well aware of that. But for all of us, we know the law moves quickly. In order to serve our clients, we have to stay on top of those changes in the law. And so Illinois, like most states, has a continuing legal education requirement, which just makes sense. There was a time when people kind of resisted that kind of thing. I think today people understand that it's very important for us to maintain our competence to serve our clients. They deserve it. And certainly in this new world of online world, it's even easier for everyone to participate in those kind of programs. So that's certainly an important piece. So another important piece, it seems to me, about professionalism is civility. And we know that people like to make jokes about lawyers, and TV and movies like to show lawyers as horrible people. Hopefully, that's not been your experience. Hopefully, you've seen that the very successful lawyers, the real lawyers, are those that exemplify professionalism and civility, that show respect. Respect for their clients, respect for their opponents, respect for themselves, for the court, for the rule of law. Those are the really successful lawyers. Because my experience has been the kind of incivility that we hear about, that judges really hate it. Jurors really hate that kind of behavior. It's not just bad manners, it's bad lawyering. It's the people who mark with respect, I think, that not only capture best who we are, but are the ones that are the most successful. And finally, we're people of service. No matter what kind of practice you have, people come to you in times of crisis. It could be that there's been a death in the family. It could be that there's been a crime committed. A terrible injury has occurred. People's financial lives are on the line. But they come to us in times of crisis. Rarely do people come at a happy time in their life to lawyers. But they assume that we can use the skills we have and help them come from a place of crisis to a place of peace. We're asked to enter deeply into the lives of our clients. I know that many studies have shown older lawyers or lawyers who practice longer have more job satisfaction ratings than younger lawyers. And I think part of that is older lawyers, people farther along in their career, have more client contact. Because if you sit across the table with someone who's got a real serious problem and is asking you to change their lives, being a lawyer feels different. It feels important. It feels meaningful. For the younger lawyers who are still trapped in the discovery world, first of all, e-discovery world, that can be really hard, soul-killing work. But at heart, at bottom, what lawyers do is provide service. And in today's world, this new Zoomy kind of world, I think it becomes more of a challenge to be of service. As I say, it's something when someone is sitting across the table from you with tears in their eyes telling you about a problem they have. I think it's a different setting when you're relating to clients on a screen like this. I think we all have to learn new skills as to how to engage and connect with the people who come to us. It's a new skill we have to learn, but I think it's an important skill that all lawyers need to know how to see the human being behind each one of the clients who come to us, even if they're on a screen like this. So I asked you to think about why you became a lawyer and what brought you to this journey, and I would think that if I really did ask you, and I'm not going to ask you to say it out loud, but if I did ask you, I would predict that at some level, everyone here decided to go to law school, decided to be a lawyer, because you wanted to make the world a better place. You wanted to use the skills that you have to serve, to do justice, big ideas. But I also predict that if we had some time to talk, every one of you would recognize that that passion for justice can easily be tampered by the day-to-day practice of law, whether it's billable hours or making a payroll or running around to different courts or, for me, 500 petitions for leave to appeal to read. It's real easy to lose sight of that passion for justice. But you're about to take the oath again. You have this moment. You can go back to who you wanted to be, the kind of lawyer you wanted to be. You can recommit yourself to being a person for justice. So that's what I'd like you to consider as you say these powerful words. Now, we have 3 groups of people, and they're going to take different oaths. The words are going to be familiar, but for each one, we'll go through each one and listen to what they have to say. So the first group that we're going to hear from are lawyers who are being sworn into the state of Illinois. So if you're going to be sworn into the state of Illinois for the first time, I'm going to ask that you raise your hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, John Phillips.
I, April Dawson.
I am
Elizabeth Brady. I, Cosetta Simpson.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Attorney and Counselor at Law
of the Office of Attorney and Counselor at Law
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations and welcome to Illinois.
Swearing-in ceremony is adjourned.
And that's it. Illinois official, that's number 7. Florida, Georgia, Alabama, New York, D.C., Texas, Illinois. More coming.